Director Powers, Ambassador Schneff, members of the University of Warsaw faculty and staff, and the many other distinguished guests who are here this afternoon. It really is a great honour and a privilege to be here at the University of Warsaw, one of Indiana University's oldest and most valued international partners, for this celebration of the 40th anniversary of the partnership between our two institutions and of the two area study centres that have helped to enrich our understanding of the world and that have played important roles in our missions of education and research. In May of 1996, my predecessor, President Miles Brand, visited Poland to observe the 20th anniversary of our relationship with the University of Warsaw. President Brand was accompanied by his wife, Peg Zegler Brand, whose family had immigrated from Poland to the United States in the 1920s. I'm delighted to be here 20 years later to reaffirm our continuing and deep interest in and admiration and respect for the Republic of Poland. That Poland has recovered and rebounded so successfully, so dynamically, after many decades of tragedy and horror, to be once again one of the leading countries of Europe is a testimony to the extraordinary resilience and moral courage of the Polish people. Your country has also contributed greatly to the scholarly and intellectual life of Indiana University over many years. Over the past 40 years, distinguished Polish scholars, writers, leaders have come to IU Bloomington. The ambassador was there for a year in the early 80s. Their presence has been of great benefit to faculty and students at the university and to the wider Polish-American community in the United States. I also want to extend my most sincere congratulations on behalf of Indiana University to all of our colleagues here at the University of Warsaw on the university's 200th anniversary, which will be observed in November this fall. The University of Warsaw has had a remarkable 200-year history of research and scholarship of the highest order. This history includes 5 Nobel Prizes, highly ranked programs, an eminent academic staff, and graduates who have gone on to great prominence in the sciences, the arts, the humanities, government, and in many other fields. I'd also like to take this opportunity to make some personal reflections about the University of Warsaw. My original academic field was mathematical logic, though I moved early into computer science. Mathematical logic is fundamental to computer science, for it bears the same relationship to it as calculus does to physics. Without mathematical logic, there would be no computers and no computer science. Much of the foundations of mathematical logic was laid in the period between the wars. These comprise some of the most profound achievements ever of the human intellect. And much of this foundational work was done in 3 great universities: the University of Cambridge in England, the University of Göttingen in Germany, and here at the University of Warsaw. Some of the greatest mathematical logicians in history studied here or on the faculty here. And I'm sure many of these names will be familiar to you. They include Jan Łukasiewicz, Wacław Sierpiński, Kazimierz Kurtowski, Adolf Lindenbaum, Andrzej Ostowski, who I had the honor to meet and hear lecture in 1974, and whose son, I gather, is on the faculty here at the University of Warsaw. Elena Roziowa, who visited IU in 1975 as a keynote lecturer at a conference, and of course, most famously, perhaps, Alfred Tarski. In fact, Tarski and Kurt Gödel were the 2 greatest mathematical logicians in history. And if the centre of mathematical logic moved to the United States after the Second World War, it was in significant part because Gödel and Tarski had fled the Nazis. Gödel to Princeton and Tarski to Berkeley. I have books by all of these great logicians on my bookshelves at home, and now they will always remind me of my visit to the University of Warsaw. So once again, we offer our most sincere congratulations for 200 years of inspired intellectual leadership in Poland, Europe, and the world. At Indiana University, we are also preparing to celebrate in 2020 the bicentennial of the founding of Indiana University in 1820. Major milestones such as bicentennials of our institutions and the 40th anniversary of partnerships of the kind we celebrate today are of great importance in the life of any institution. They are occasions for celebration and pride. They give us an opportunity to plan for the future of our institutions and to ensure their continued success. They also give us an opportunity to reflect on all that our institutions have achieved. 40 years ago, when the partnership between our institutions began, formal exchanges between the United States and Poland were few due to the Cold War. Lack of trust and misunderstanding that marked relationships between the United States and the Soviet Union added to the growing hostility between the two nations and led to a hardening of the division between Eastern and Western Europe. In this difficult environment, the visionary leaders of both of our institutions agreed in 1976 to enter into a reciprocal partnership which led to the establishment of two area study centres that enjoyed great success for 40 years. The American Studies Centre here in Warsaw and the Polish Studies Centre at IU Bloomington. Area Studies research and scholarship which enhances our knowledge of the history, cultures, religions, politics, economies, institutions, art and literature of other countries have been vitally important over the last century, and they remain so today. In fact, Jerry Bentley, the founding editor of the Journal of World History, wrote that area studies scholarship has generated more knowledge and better knowledge than any earlier project to understand the larger world, and has pointed beyond the development of basic information to the formulation of understanding, insight, and even wisdom about the larger world. This is certainly true of the two centres whose anniversary we celebrate today. Because of the success of Indiana University's Russian and East European Institute, which was founded in 1951, a year after I was born, founded as the then East European Institute, IU was honoured to be approached by the US State Department in the mid-1970s about the possibility of partnering with the University of Warsaw. Indiana University's 14th president, John Ryan, enthusiastically supported the idea, as did Zygmunt Rudecki, the then rector of the University of Warsaw, and the partnership we celebrate today was born. The University of Warsaw's American Studies Centre very quickly became the focal point for the study of the United States in East Central Europe. During the Cold War, as I understand it, this library was the only open access library east of Berlin and was highly influential in promoting American studies, not only in Poland, but throughout Eastern Europe. Many of those who have been affiliated with the Centre have gone on to play senior roles in government, academia and public affairs here in Poland, both before and after the fall of communism. I should also note that Franciszek Lira, the first Polish citizen to earn an advanced degree from Indiana University, was affiliated for many years with the American Studies Centre. Professor Lira also helped found the English department at the Marie Skłodowska-Curie University. As well, he helped found the Poland chapter of the Indiana University Alumni Association and received IU's Distinguished International Service Award in 2011 for his efforts. And of course, for 40 years, the Polish Studies Centre at Indiana University has shaped and enhanced IU's long-standing tradition of quality scholarship on Polish literature, art, music, history, society, politics, and of many other related areas in the humanities and the social sciences. IU's Polish Studies Centre has also been honoured to host visits by some of the most important figures in Polish politics and culture, including former President and Nobel Prize winner Lech Wałęsa, who visited in 1998, and whose lecture I heard when he visited IU and I had the honour to meet, and the late Nobel laureate Czesław Miłosz. IU's Polish Studies Centre is now part of the recently formed School of Global and International Studies, which we inaugurated in 2013. The school brings together Indiana University's long-standing strengths in global studies, including its strengths in area studies and language instruction. We offer instruction in more than 70 foreign languages. No other university in the United States offers more, and some of the languages that are offered at IU are not taught at any other American university. IU has long offered Polish language instruction through the third-year level during the academic year, as well as a summer intensive language program. We are fortunate to hire as the founding dean of the School of Global and International Studies Lee Feinstein, the US Ambassador to Poland from 2009 to 2012, from whom you'll hear in just a moment. And of course, the partnership between our universities has also meant that dozens of IU faculty and graduate students have been able to study and teach here in Poland, and an equal number of scholars from the University of Warsaw have come to Indiana University Bloomington. Earlier today, as the Rector said, I was delighted that we could renew and extend the very productive partnership between our institutions. The partnership between IU and the University of Warsaw then is one of the cornerstones of IU's long and extensive history of international partnerships and engagement. Because of much of that international engagement has been in fact based in Europe, it was fitting that just late last year we established the IU Europe Gateway Office, which now serves as a home base for our activities in Europe. This is located in Berlin, and the office supports scholarly research and teaching, conferences and workshops, study abroad programs, distance learning initiatives, executive and corporate training, alumni events, and much, much more. The IU Europe Gateway Office, first and foremost, however, is symbolic of Indiana University's desire to work in a spirit of mutually beneficial cooperation with European universities, businesses, and other institutions, as well as Europe's social and cultural leaders. Our 40-year partnership with the University of Warsaw also reflects that commitment. The long-standing collaboration between the University of Warsaw and Indiana University has brought enormous benefits to both institutions. Our students have shared ideas and learned from each other's perspectives. Extraordinarily strong personal bonds have linked members of our faculties who have grown in wisdom and ability through 40 years of collaboration. As we celebrate the 40th anniversary of our partnership, and as the American Studies Center and the Polish Studies Center enter the next phase of their operations, I'm confident that the partnership between our institutions will continue to thrive. So on behalf of Indiana University, I extend my congratulations and most sincere thanks to Rector Arlis and to his predecessors, to all of the faculty and staff at the University of Warsaw, and to all those who have been affiliated with the two centres and that have helped to make this partnership such an enormous success over 40 years. And to the University of Warsaw in particular, I extend Indiana University's best wishes for continued success in the next 200 years and beyond. Thank you very much.